Hello, today we're going to do a quick video to show you how you can graph a circle on your graphing calculator. Let's go. So here's an equation for a circle, x squared plus y squared equals 9. And the question is, how do we put this into our graphing calculator, right? Graphing calculators come with the prompt y equals. So when we have a y squared term, what do? All right, well, let's start by trying to solve for y. So our first step would be we subtract x squared to the other side of the equation. So we get y squared equals 9 minus x squared. Now, to get y by itself, we would square root both sides. And you remember that when we square root, we get a plus or a minus. Now, when we go to our graphing calculator, that means we're going to have to enter two lines. We're going to have to enter y equals positive square root of 9 minus x squared and y equals negative square root of 9 minus x squared. And so that will look like that. And I want to remind you that that key right there, the negative, that is not the subtraction key on our calculator. That is the minus key, right? And then the rest of these things we find, there's our square root key. This right here is our variable key. That's how we get an x in there. And then this is our squared key, or we could do the to the whatever power. Okay, so now here's the funny thing. You go ahead and graph this, and it looks like that. That doesn't look like a circle. Okay, that's because the standard window has a wider scale to its x-axis than it does to its y-axis. And so therefore, it's going to look funky. But if you go into Zoom, then you can see that one of the options is z squared. That means square it up, make the x-axis the same as the y-axis. So we go ahead and press 5 or use our toggle arrow keys to go down to it and then press enter. And now we can see our nice circle. And from there, we could either trace or calculate to our intercepts, we could find the radius, or if it was a problem that asked us to see where a circle and a line intersect, we'd go back to our y equals, we'd enter the equation of the line as well, we'd graph everything, and then using second and calculate, we'd be able to go to our intersects or find a particular value. But this is the idea of how you enter a circle and use Zoom Square to make it look like a circle. Okay, so that's how you graph a circle in your graphing calculator. This also applies to parabolas that open on the horizontal instead of on the vertical. You'd enter the plus and the minus once you square rooted in your solving. All right, take a look at some of these end videos. Consider subscribing to my channel so you know when I put out a new video. And as always, keep on mathing.